Yo, what's up, my Hawaii bros? What's up, kings? What's up, guys? What's up, stars? Man, what's good with it? And what's up to all the high value queens out there, too? So before I jump into the video, man, y'all go ahead and smash that like button, tap the bell, and subscribe. Go ahead and give me that. You know what I'm saying? All right, so jumping into the video, it's about half a man's age plus 7. You know what I'm saying? Now, in my book, I reference this topic, half a man's age plus 7, as far as you know, dating a woman. You know what I'm saying? Making her, you know, your girl, your wife, significant other, your lover, etc. You know what I mean? And you know, why did I come up with this concept? I didn't come up with the concept. It was first introduced to me when I watched this movie, as I referenced in my book. You know what I'm saying? Through the movie Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? Played by Denzel Washington. Now, am I a Muslim? No. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of that. I'm a spiritual man. I'm not a religious person. You know what I mean? I don't subscribe to any religion or none of that. And even in spirituality, you ain't gonna, you know, you're not gonna put me in any group. I'm not a part of any of this, any of that, any nation this, any conscious that, woke this, woke that. Ain't none of that. I'm just a spiritual man that's in tune, you know what I'm saying, with the universe, the planet, the ancestors, and all that. That's what I am. So I got no religious affiliation, and you can't put me in any type of group. Pro this, pro that. I'm pro-righteous. I'm not even pro-black. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud to be a black man. I only affiliate with black women who are goddesses, and that's just what it is. So I had to go ahead and get that disclaimer. So moving along. I first got introduced to this concept when I saw the movie Malcolm X. A long time ago, man. You know, like in the 90s when it first came out, played by Denzel Washington. And Malcolm X was having a scene with Elijah Muhammad. And no, he is not honorable, so I don't call the motherfucker honorable, because he used to sleep with underage girls and impregnated all of them. So you already know that. But anyway, X was having a conversation with Elijah Muhammad, and Elijah Muhammad was telling him, a man should date a woman half his age plus 7. And at the time that I watched the movie, you know what I mean? I was like, wow, why this formula? Like, why that? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I started doing the math in my head, and it always made sense to me, but I just never knew why they came up with this theory. Like, is it a Muslim thing? Was it a Nation of Islam type thing? All that. But when you look at it, right, you know what I'm saying? Like, men, we are attracted to just beauty, right? Beautiful women, right? So when are women in their prime? I talk about this a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about adult women. Adult women are in their prime in terms of their beauty, their fertility, you know what I'm saying? And their youth from 18 to about 29, 30. So they got about a good 11, 12 years to attract a high quality man, a high value man, a high status man, a Mac into their life so they can go ahead and start a family. Now, I just came out here to this part, and I got these motherfuckers over here bothering me and shit with this extra noise. So excuse that. I'm trying to come to a secluded spot, and it's beautiful. But they're over here making noise and shit. So just, you know, try to concentrate, if you will. And so will I. But, yeah, so I'm like, you know, men, we like to date younger women because they're in their bloom of youth during that time, right? As far as their youth, fertility, and bloom of youth, right? And so we know around 30, they start to hit the wall. And the wall is just like, you know what I mean? They start to diminish. Their youth, their fertility, and their beauty starts to diminish quite rapidly if they don't eat right, exercise, you know what I'm saying? Do yoga, pole dancing, belly dancing, stretching, all that good stuff that they do. You know what I mean? You know, I'm using a lot of generalizations here, but I'm just saying in general. You know, a lot of women look good into their 40s, 50s, and even 60s, but would you rather the 20 year old version of them while they were in their 20s and, you know, maybe early 30s, or would you rather their latter years in their later 30s and 40s and shit like that? Now, there are some women out there, some goddesses that do break the mold and hold their sexuality down and their beauty down, But at the end of the day, it's the youth. It's their zenith of their youth, their fertility, and their beauty. That's just what it is, ladies. You got a short period of time. You know what I'm saying? The Creator gave you an advantage of being beautiful, having a vagina, a yoni, and all that. And He created us with, that longevity of, aging like fine wine and becoming more valuable as we age. You know what I'm saying? Even though we do kind of like die a little bit earlier than y'all. So it's still like a little balance, right? We both got checks and balances. We both have advantages. So just deal with it, all right? I'm not the creator. Just deal with that shit, ladies. Don't come on my timeline. Don't come on my comments with that bullshit. All right? All right, so anyway, so let's break down this equation. Half a man's age plus 7, all right? So let's say if you're an adult man that's at the age of 30. So half of that would be 15 plus 7 is 22. Boom. If you're 40, half of that would be what? 20, and then plus 7 would be 27. If you're 50, half of that is 25 plus 7 and 32, and so on and so on and so on, just to give you a baseline. You know what I'm saying? So you're not robbing a cradle. You know what I'm saying? You're not jailbait on some bullshit like that, unless you're 20 years old and you're trying to date a 17-year-old, because half of that is 10 plus 7. But all you got to do is wait a year. You know what I'm saying, until she turned 18 to have, a sexual or romantic, relationship with her or interaction with her. And, women, you know what I'm saying? Like in high school, women dated older guys in college and shit. And a lot of girls be having babies from men that's in their 30s. They freaking teenagers. I mean, come on. And then if you really want to get in, go in heavy with this, look at religion. I mean, even in the Bible, Mary was what? She wasn't even a damn a teenager. I think she was like 12 or 14 years old when the Holy Spirit impregnated her. I mean, come on. You see what I'm saying? What's her name? Aisha in Islam. She 9 years old. They said you could have sex with a 9-year-old. I mean, so come on. So even religion is just like twisted and distorted. So this formula that I'm giving you, this algebraic formula that I'm giving you guys, half a man's age plus 7, is not even twisted like how religion is. So don't even come at me with that bullshit. All right. This theory actually has been around since the early 1900s or late 1800s, and it's crazy. Just like you saw in that first clip preceding the video, it was in an old sitcom. So this has been around. And I subscribed to it because ever since I heard of it, you know what I mean? Because when I was married earlier in my life, you know what I'm saying? When I was younger, my wife and I were the same age, you know what I'm saying? But then, we got divorced after about 7 years, but we dated for 3. So collectively, we was together for 10 years. Now, let's break it down even further on how I think this works, all right? Now, you can research this and look this shit up yourself. Now, women mature earlier than men. Like this is a known thing. Like this is fact. This is a scientific fact that women mature emotionally, not sexually. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody goes through puberty and and all that with the pituitary gland, and you start guys they get bass in their voice. We we start to grow facial hair and all that. Girls start having hips and the hourglass body parts and stuff, and they start to have menstrual cycles and all that. Okay, good. Okay, so I'm not talking sexually. I'm talking about maturing on an emotional level, right? So women mature at the age of 32, right? And men, contrastingly, we mature around the age of 43, maturely. So if you do this algebraic formula, right? So let's say 42, half of 42 is 21 plus 7 is 28. Or let's say 44, so 44 is 22 plus 7 would be 29. So let's say at 43, the woman is going to be 28 and a half years old that he should be dating. You see what I'm saying? Now let's look at the emotional level of a 28-year-old woman. Now she's a lot more cognizant of her age, right? She's not in her bloom of youth. She's not in her zenith, right? She's approaching 30, and so a lot of these women they're starting to think, well, hey, I've been out here. I moved out at 18. I'm in school. I went to college. I'm just generalizing here, right? I'm 18, I've gone to college, you know what I'm saying? I got my bachelor's, or maybe she hung out and went to graduate school, you know what I'm saying? I got my master's, or I got my doctorate. So now she's about what? 24? You know what I'm saying? Let's just say 24, she's done with school, right? So she's got her education and things like that. Now she's in the workforce, because this is 2021. This ain't the 1950s, 40s, and, you know, pre-60s of the feminist movement when it jumped out. The second wave of it jumped out in the 1960s, right? So this is not that time period, 1950s, 40s, and all of that, right? Because during that time, there wasn't a lot of women in the workforce. So this 2021. So they got their degrees and things like that. Now they're in the workforce, and they're making their own money. They're independent. They got their homes and got their own car, and they got their own thing. They're independent. They're strong. They don't need a man. All that kind of stuff, right? And again, ladies, this is just a generalization. So don't come on my comments with that bullshit. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's say you're 24 years old, right? Now you you know what? Let me have a little fun. Let me go out here and party. You know what I'm saying? And y'all was wilding, and you know, and partying while you was in college, and maybe you're gonna be out here partying a little bit more. So now you're 25, because 25 is a very significant age for both sexes, right? So now you're 25. Maybe you haven't really been in love. You just been wilding and having casual sex and this and that or whatever. Maybe you got a child. You know what I'm saying? It didn't work out. Blah 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 blah. So now you're probably a single mother. Another generalization, but this stuff happens, right? You know what I mean? But even for the ones that got a more good head on their shoulders and make better decisions. Let's say you're 25, single, never been married, and no children, right? So now you want to entertain the prospect of a husband, right? So now you're dating, and you're dating with a purpose. You want to get married and this and that and it's blah, 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 blah. So now if you're 28 and a half years old, pushing 29, 30, and you're not married yet or established a family, you see what I'm saying? You see where the psychology is? So women in their late 20s and early 30s, right? Because that's why we say that 30 is the wall, right? For a lot of women, right? They say, hey, I'm about to be 30. I'm not married. I don't have any children. My biological clock is going to begin to tick. Because, you know, the older a woman becomes, the more, you know, probability they're going to have, you know, problems with giving birth. And a lot of black women, you know, die from giving birth. And the older you get, it raises the stakes of the mortality of that event happening. You know what I mean? But, you know, excluding the norm, there are some women that go well into their 40s having children and things like that, but it still increases the risk factors. So don't even come to me with that bullshit, ladies. You already know what it is. All right? So ladies in their late 20s about to hit 30, this is what their emotional psychology is. But what is a man's emotional psychology at 28, 30? You know what I'm saying? He done went to college and school or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? A man at 25, you know what I'm saying? He's still out here wilding. He's trying to soil his oats, his wild oats. He's trying to soak his wild oats. He's trying to smash as many women as he can. You know what I'm saying? In general, fellas, don't come to me with that bullshit. If you're more level-headed like I was already married with children with a whole career, you know, in law enforcement at that time. You know what I'm saying? A 4.5 home and all that shit. I already had a career, then I already served my country, went to the military, went to school, all that. You know what I'm saying? So I had a more level head, but I'm just talking about today. You know what I'm saying? Men who are around that age. So we're talking about millennials, right? We're talking about Generation Y and some Z's out here, not the X's and the baby boomers. So just not even relevant to y'all. So if you're a 25-year-old man, this is where your head at. You know what I mean? In general, you know, you out here wild, you doing your thing or whatnot. And then a man at 30, you know, then he started to say, hey, hold up, I'm not a jit no more. I'm a real dude at this point. So now you probably got your career, you know, maybe you done stepped into your career mode, or maybe you started up a business. If you read in my book or watch my videos, you've developed some assets. You got a portfolio, you got some portfolio paper assets, you have some investments. Even if you sit on your job is funding your business and so forth. So now at 30, you know, you're starting to mature if you read my book and follow my content. But most guys at 30, you know, they just have an epiphany. Hey, man, I'm out here, man. I'm 30 years old. Shit. You know, I got to really make something of myself. So when you look at a guy who's 43, now he's emotionally like, man, he on some grown man shit. He got a little gray in his beard, you know what I mean? And he not out here wild. And for the most part, come on, guys. We already know a lot of you niggas, you know, still be 43 years old, thinking you're 25, 21, 19. You know you know what I'm saying, doing stupid shit. But again, these are just generalizations. But men at 43, you're a little bit more emotionally mature. So I said all that to say this, that the algebraic formula actually works when it comes to emotional maturity. You know what I mean? Now, if you keep your shit together, fellas, you know what I'm saying, with your sexual market value, you work out, you exercise, you know what I mean? You stay fit, you stay strong, right? You know what I'm saying? You keep your S&V up, you stay swagged up, you know how to dress and all that. You know what I'm saying? Ladies gonna look at you and give you a high rating, right? And that's gonna keep you in the dating game. So you can't slack off. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay in the game. You gotta keep your shit together, right? You know what I'm saying? You gotta be spiritually grounded. So your divinity, 1. Number 2, your health, eat right, exercise, dress right, keep that waistline small. You know what I'm saying? Exercise, keep them shoulders intact, right? You know what I mean? 3 is your purpose, mission, focus, right? Your bag. And then for women, that's what I mean by keeping your shit together. So at 43 and fucking 32, it fucking works out. So half a man's age plus 7. It works. And you know, I attract younger women. I attract women that's like pretty much in their late 20s and early 30s. The women my age, you know what I'm saying? They don't really keep up with themselves. For the most part, they don't really keep up with themselves, and they just don't look that attractive to me because they start working out, they don't exercise, you know what I'm saying? They're not eating right, they're not in the gym. I like women who are fit. I like women who are slim or even thick, as long as they got that hourglass figure. As long as that waist is smaller than their hips and that stomach is flat and they got that little gap between the thighs and all that, and they just beautiful, and they got the dark melanin. Like, you know, I ain't discriminating, you know, against you on red bones out there, or you yellows like me, you know what I'm saying? But I just prefer that dark melanin, that mahogany, that mocha, that black burnt melanin, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. That shit just turned me the fuck on. But, you know, I do, you know, deal with, you know, light-skinned women here and there throughout my whole life when I look back in hindsight, in retrospect. But by and large, I'm attracted to darker women, especially if they natural, you know what I mean? Plaited up, braided up, afro puffed up, whatever you want to call it, man. If you're rocking a natural hairstyle, don't wear a lot of makeup, maybe a little lip gloss here and there. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, not crazy with the lashes, but you just natural with it. And anyway, let me stop. That's what I'm attracted to. And, you know, I attract women that's in that age category, you know, late 20s, early 30s and all that. And emotionally, they're mature enough to be with me. You see what I'm saying? So it kind of weighs out. It balances out. You know what I mean? And so why not half a man's age plus 10 years? You know, so I'm going to venture to say 7 to 10 years. But why the number 7? What's significant about the number 7? I also looked this shit up. Now, I'm not into astronomy. I'm not into astrology either. You know what I mean? So all you ladies that do, you know, read tarot cards and natal charts and all that, maybe you can help me out with this. But I know for a fact, every 7 years, you know what I'm saying, your body literally replaces itself on a cellular level. You know what I'm saying? Like every 7 years, you literally become a new person. All your systems renew themselves. You know what I'm saying? Every cell, every tissue, every organ system in your whole body replaces itself every 7 years, especially within a 10-year span. But definitely by the 7th year, within those 10 years, your whole body replaces itself. So you become literally a whole new person. And then when you consider too, the 7 chakras, you know, from the root chakra to the crown, there's got to be some type of significance with that because it's relevant. And then when you look at the astrological cycle of Saturn every 7 years, it kind of like, you know, completes the whole cycle, you know, throughout the galaxy. Now, if I'm wrong, ladies or fellas that's into astrology and astronomy, you can correct me on that, but I can see the correlation. So this is my whole point of the video. I think it has a lot of credibility. I think it has a lot of reverence and relevance with the half a man's age plus 7. And this is why, you know what I'm saying, I put it in my book, and this is why I support it, because it works for me. You know what I mean? It works for me, and it's not socially awkward in society too if you keep yourself up, and fellas, you look right. You know what I mean? With your sexual market value, and you don't look old and shit. But then too, look at it from a woman's perspective. A woman, you know what I'm saying? She wants a more emotionally mature dude. A lot of women don't even date dudes their age. They like to date older guys because, you know, he can teach them something, especially if he's a sapio. You know, a lot of women are sapios and they're sapiosexuals, and they're attracted to what? Intelligence. And most older guys, you know what I'm saying, got a little bit more wisdom and experience in life, and that can guide them and lead them and teach them things, you know what I'm saying? And they're more likely to submit to a guy who's older than them that has his shit together, if he has his shit together. So again, you know what I mean? So guys, it's really in your best interest, you know what I'm saying, you know, to apply this stuff that I'm telling you, get your shit together so you can date, you know what I'm saying, a younger woman and make her your girl, your significant other, or your wife or wives. That's just how it go. So that's the video, man. I'm at 20 minutes, man. I don't want to make it too long. You get the idea. Go ahead and grab my book, man. How to Be a High Value Man, The Blueprint to Successful Women's Development ebook and paperback. You know what I'm saying? I'm still wrestling, legally with this shit with Lulu for my second volume, but nigga, just get the book. Guys, get the book, all right? Also, add me on IG, hit me up for a consultation, or DM me for a consultation or video idea. It's ace_heyru. Go ahead and do that. Also, guys, like, share, subscribe. Like my shit, share my shit, subscribe to my shit, and comment on my shit. Let's run this channel up to 2K, man. It don't make no sense. Ain't nobody else out here doing it like me. They're not giving you spirituality, science, history, astrology, none of that. You know what I'm saying? And teaching you how to be successful with women. Nobody's really doing that, you know, in this manosphere, in this MGTOW bullshit, in this red pill bullshit. You know, they're a little bit more misogynistic and predatory, just teaching you how to be a player and a hoe and all that. I mean, you can use my knowledge to that end to do that, but if you really want to attract a high-quality woman, a goddess, you know what I'm saying, that's going to be an asset to your life and not a liability, fuck with me. So run my channel up to 2K. All right? So that's about it, man. I'm going to see you guys next video, man. Much love. Peace. Yup. Oh, so after a little bit more digging and research, I found that Max Aurel, he was a French author that published a book in 1901 called Your Royal Highness Woman. You know what I'm saying? That originated this concept of dating a woman half your age plus 7. Max Aurel, I'm gonna leave a link for it in the description box. You can check out the book on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? So he's where this algebraic equation originated. There you go, a little bit of history. All right, peace.
Hey, I could pull up in a drop top, shorty round me, shit demon. I got used to the high life and never came back for a reason. It's a couple niggas I trust, a couple niggas just can't believe them. A lot of people did me wrong, it's hard to look back, ain't easy. I'ma make sure my mama right and make sure my whole fam eating. Don't get blind by them dollar signs, they say it's the root of all evil. I'ma holler back in traffic, dog, I really wanna hear myself thinking. It's been a lot going on, and I ain't even made to the weekend. I'ma spend it all tonight, dog, and run it back up by the weekend. She tryna get on my bad side, show her my jack, then beat it. Think we just made it to halftime, I plan to field goal, then eat it. I think I nutted, don't ask why, I was in the moment thinking. I know I had a couple past lives, I don't think it